Hello and welcome to Master Your Mindset with your host, Isis Foster. This is the place to be for anyone who is on a personal development journey. I will be sharing with you my own mindset hacks and personal past experiences. Please subscribe and share if you enjoy what I'm about to share with you and you've taken value from it. You never know who may need to hear it. Times have you heard the saying, you need to stop being so hard on yourself? Well, today's podcast is going to be all about what you can do so you can actually stop being so hard on yourself, because we can so often be our own toughest critics, and in a world that we live in today, sometimes we are all we actually have. So if that is the case, why do we want to beat ourselves up mentally? Is it healthy to be so judgmental on ourselves as well? I sat down and thought about this, and I actually wrote a list of pros and cons about being so tough on ourselves. And to be completely honest with you, the pros list literally had one thing in it. So, can improve when we are being tough on ourselves is the way that we handle situations, but this can only be done if we have worked with coaches ourselves who are knowledgeable with those certain elements in our life. So if you are a person who is really tough on themselves and you haven't worked alongside someone who is within the personal development industry, more often than not, you're going to be damaging yourself in irreversible ways by being so tough on yourself. So that is literally the one pro that I've got. If you've worked with a coach or someone in the personal development industry who knows how to mentally stimulate you so that you are able to feed yourself that knowledge back when you are in tough situations, then that is a pro, because you've used someone who knows more about developing yourself personally than you do. And they're able to give you the techniques so that you can push yourself in the correct ways. That is literally the only pro that you have got from being hard on yourself. The cons are that it just massively slows down positive changes to your life when you apply pressure. So I don't know about you, but for me, when I feel under pressure, I will always do a rash job. I'll always be rushing to get to the next step just to do it because it's on my to-do list. I need to take it off and I'm under a time constraint. So it usually will slow down the positive results, which could come if you were to alleviate that pressure from yourself. Also, one that is also so important is the fact that negative self-talk isn't good for your personal development. In fact, it can lead to mental health problems so easily. And I have seen this across so many of the clients that I coach. And I always like to go back to the beginning of their journeys. And more often than not, the beginning of their journeys included a lot of bad reflective talk to themselves. And I know that I've experienced that in the past. I've got friends and family that often talk badly internally to themselves. And this is something that can be so damaging. So if you are someone who even jokingly will say, oh, I look awful in that outfit, or I'm too fat to wear that, whatever it is, stop saying those things, because the more you say them, the more you're going to believe them. And I can guarantee you now, none of those things are true. You're never too fat to wear an outfit. You never look bad in whatever you want to wear, whatever it is, however you want to look, just absolutely go for it. We literally have one life. And if we are tearing ourselves down internally, what do you think the rest of the world is going to try to do to us? Sometimes the best thing you can do is to become your own best friend. And to literally say to yourself, I can do this. If I want to wear something, if I want to go somewhere, if I want to be with someone, then I'm going to make that happen for me. And if you can't allow yourself to do that, no one else will. So how do we change being so hard on ourselves? If this is something that we have been our whole life and we've literally grown up, maybe we've had parents that have spoken badly to us, maybe you have a friendship circle or a relationship who often say negative things to us. I know how hard that can be to remove yourself from those situations and try to regather all of those thoughts which have been installed into us, because none of those thoughts are true. They are literally thoughts and it's not your reality. So you have to understand the roots of your perfectionism. So like I mentioned before, this could be the way you were brought up. It could be the school you went to. Maybe you went to a private school and everyone believed that you had to have money in order to be happy there. Maybe your friendship circle are really negative. So if you have something good that happens to you, maybe you feel bad expressing that because everyone just likes to talk about gossip and negative things within your circle. Whatever it is, you need to drill yourself down and understand where the roots of that has come from. Look for support as well. So there are so many support funnels out there for you. Social media can be an incredible place to find like-minded people. If you are someone who is on a personal development journey yourself right now, there are thousands of women out there who are doing exactly the same. Believe me, I know, I coach them. So go out there and find someone who is in the same position as you and form a bond with them. You'll never know what you're missing out on until you put yourself in a vulnerable position to try and find that out. And it is such a blessing when you meet that person who is on the same page as you, on the same path, going after the same things. You can elevate each other, and that it's such a good feeling. Also, use positive self-talk. So if you are someone who will stand in the mirror and criticize yourself internally and say, oh, I don't like the way my body looks today because I had a pizza last night. I don't like my love handles. I think my face has got really fat. Just stop that. And rather than saying negative things about yourself, why don't you turn around and say, I absolutely love the way I look. Last night I got to eat pizza, which I love. It's one of my favourite foods. And today I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm happy, and I feel good in myself. Because the more you install this positive behaviour, the more it'll be reinstalled in your brain. And before long, this will be a routine habit. If you do something consistently over a period of time, you form a habit. And that habit will stay for the rest of your life if it's done correctly. So next time you catch yourself giving yourself negative thoughts or thinking badly about yourself, try and spin this. Try and change your beliefs about that and swap the negativity for positivity and watch yourself just literally flourish, because we are all living, breathing individuals with different thoughts. And the thing that will separate you from the person next to you is what you believe about yourself. So I always say this to the women I coach. There's people I coach who are aspiring influencers, models, want to work in the health and wellness industry, but there's always limiting beliefs within themselves. And I always say, well, what do you think about yourself? And 9 times out of 10, it'll be something negative and then something positive. But how about if we just scrapped the negative initial comment and went straight to the positive? Do you not think that would speed the whole process up of getting you to where you want to be? And just enjoy the way your mind works. Like, it's going to take time. If you've been someone who has consistently spoke negatively to yourself, then it is going to take time. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, boom, I'm so positive, I'm so happy today. But you can change, just to begin with, 1 or 2 thoughts that you have on a daily basis. If you have reoccurring thoughts, same thoughts are coming over and over and over again, make a note of them, write them on a piece of paper and burn that piece of paper. Do whatever you need to do to be able to get rid of those thoughts, because the moment that you can get rid of those thoughts is the moment that you can flourish as a person, and it's the moment that you can quit being so hard on yourself. Thank you for listening. If you've loved what I've shared with you today, please give me a tag on Instagram at IsisFoster1 and share it with those around you. You never know who may need to hear it. Don't forget to follow me on here so you never miss an episode. I hope you have a beautiful day.